All right, mic check. Yes, we are good. Audubon and Woodbury, they're just about to get started here from the Francis Avenue Fields in Woodbury. A lot of people coming up here, making the trip. Lawn chairs on their backs. They are starting to file their way in to the Francis Avenue Fields. This is just up the road from the Woodbury High School. I'm Dan Wilkins, your play-by-play commentator for today's event versus the Woodbury Thundering Herd, who have a very similar structure to how Audubon is, at least in terms of how many goals they've scored versus how many they've allowed. However, I think the more telling thing is, as you see on the lower third of your screen, is the goals. They're actually a lot similar to Audubon. Audubon, when they were on that 5-1 stretch to start the year, they had maybe like a 15 to 20, maybe not that egregious, but a 15 to 20 goal difference between how many they had scored and how many they had allowed. But now that change has gone fully haywire, and now 32 goals scored for Audubon and 28 allowed. For Woodbury, their story is a little different. 30 goals scored, 23 allowed, and their record is 5-6-1 with a tie versus Collingswood. Let's say, to be honest, when Audubon played Woodbury on opening day, we did not know how either team was going to play for the rest of the season. And with Audubon and Woodbury taking similar paths, it's interesting to see how these two are coming to a head after the, let's just say it, rough stretch that Audubon has had over the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty apparent that, Audubon is going to be looking for a rebound in these next couple of games. Now, they have 6 games left after this. The last one that may be really close is Gateway, and it may result in a loss for the Green Wave. But the next couple versus Paulsboro and Gloucester might be looking like they're going to go into the win column again, but that depends on the quality of who they play and what seeding they get in the playoffs. I think we can say, maybe not with outright confidence, but with a decent amount of it, that Audubon will get to the playoffs this year. Maybe not as gracefully as they did in years prior, but Audubon's still looking for their first over 500 season since 2014, all of which is under head coach Mike Tomasetti. But it's been 8 years, and now that those 9 seniors are gone, although one of them is back today, Connor Bellata at Gwynedd Mercy University, because it's a federal holiday, Columbus Day, he made the trip down from Central PA, and he is meeting with his team on the sideline. Matt Wagner is over there with him. He will not be calling the game today. He's going to take a rest for a little while. So I'll be flying solo. We'll see how things work, but it's the Audubon Green Wave facing off against the Woodbury Thundering Herd coming up next here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Let's see. Oh, I know why. I never put it public. That's why. It was put under unlisted by accident because we were doing some maintenance testing last night.
You all good now?
It is now public. Tell whoever it is to refresh their page.
You got it?
Yeah, it's in the car.
Okay.
So catch me with
You got it. Back there. 2 minutes, like I said, I heard the noise. It's close.
All right, folks. Audubon and Woodbury about to get set here from the Francis Avenue fields. Audubon on the left side of your screen with the white and yellow accented jerseys, and Woodbury, which will be, if I adjust the stand here, on the right side of your screen with the yellow jerseys and blue shorts. Like we said, Woodbury going into this one 5-6-1. They're going to try to rebound versus Audubon here and see what they can do. 80 minutes of Colonial Conference soccer to play. Like we said, here's the starting lineup for the Woodbury Thundering Herd as coached by John DeMarco. It's Anthony McCoy, Davion Baker Alston, Charlie Floyd, Eric Medina, Sebastian Falcone, Giovanni Ariza, Anderson Felix Rodriguez, Caden Adams, Edward Swank, and also Austin Sylvester in the goal. The only difference for Audubon in this one is that Hassan Kasich is starting. He's on the far side of your screen on the left side. Along with that, Trent Bannell back in the goal this week. It seems like he will be carrying that role out for the remainder of the regular season. And we are underway here from Woodbury. Tyler Wiltsey's going to stop this one, and it'll be brought out by number 13, Caden Adams. Number 10 is able to bring that right through RJ Homa, and Aiden Wiltsey is brought 2-on-1. Trying to stop that one from being a problem. And that is out of play towards Coach Morrison. There is the man himself, Connor Bellotta. He is visiting today from Gwynedd Mercy University. He's coming over in the red shirt on the left side because school was off today for the college kids. I mean, at least 3 of the kids that graduated last year went to Gwynedd Mercy to play soccer. That also including Josh Roselle and I believe Cooper. I'm sure I'll be corrected if I'm wrong, but here comes the throw in from Terry. That was a very strong throw. That seems to be something that he has a great quality of. He's able to throw the ball in, if not 100% with all the power, he throws it in with consistency. You know, it's almost like how I compare catcher's throws to second base in baseball. Sometimes they throw it on a laser, sometimes they throw it on a rainbow, but you know, the trajectory of it doesn't matter as much if you have the accuracy. If you throw a laser to second base, but it goes right by the shortstop, then, you know, that's not going to help you out. If you have a bit of a slower throw that hits the target 100% of the time, you still might have better effectiveness in the long run. That one is picked up by Caden Adams, who's going to throw this one in with a very similar throw to how Terry was pushing along there, and that one is out of play. Lays is going to back this one up. Oh, wow, he kind of broke the ankle a little bit of number 7, Sebastian Falcone, but he gets up easily. Just kind of finessed him a little bit there, as now Kino, the senior, will take this one. Tyler Wiltsey, whole lot of mayhem in the midfield, trying to get this ball back into Audubon's possession. Hassan going after it. A little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump from Eric Medina, now being run over by Anderson Felix Rodriguez, and that one is a whistle blown there. Unofficially, about 2.5 minutes in, just getting started here from Woodbury. Liner by Wiltsey. This one's going to go almost over everybody's head and stopped by Sylvester. Up in the air. Nice kick. Nice punt there by Sylvester. Goes over Terry Herron's head. Tony leans into it on a header. Now another header by LaFrance off the chest of Medina. Now taking another shot. Gets it to Felix Rodriguez. And back to back again. Look out. He's got it. Saved my camera there. And it's rather LaFrance throws it in. A bit of a short hop. Gets past number 10 and gets past everybody. Just the ball's got a force field around it and nobody can even touch it. Got past at least 3 or 4 guys as it was rolling on the ground. Wasn't even really doing anything of note. Terry stops this one. This one will roll over towards Falcone. He's going to save it, but and Blaze will get this. Yeah, that is not a corner. That was just to the left of the flag, so that's a good call. That's a very good call. Sometimes that call is hard to tell if you're not at the exact right angle. And I don't think Woodbury agreed with the fact that it wasn't a corner, but that was absolutely the right call. Sometimes, you have to commend that kind of action. Oh, that one goes right off of Wiltse's shoulder on an unexpected trajectory. And Jason Stocklin, as that ball sounded like a balloon that was popping. This one's a shot, but it goes well to the left of Fannel, and it actually hit the flag. So Blaze will throw this in from the corner, as it did hit the flag on the far side. This one's another rainbow throw, goes over Kina's head and out towards number 10, who, again, is not listed on my roster, but... It's over to the right side and kind of lets that one roll. Woodbury will throw this one in. By number 2, Davion Baker Alston, who statistically is probably one of the top players on this Thundering Herd squad so far this year. We'll take a look at those stats when we can in a moment, when there's some downtime. And Medina sends this one out of play. This will be thrown to LaFrance on the right side of your screen, actually, rather. Terry will take this one. Like I said, there are some players who are designated for certain situations, like, Hayden Wiltse's the guy that does all the corner kicks. Terry Herron's the guy that, when able, he's going to do a lot of the throw-ins. He's going to be the guy that's selected for those kind of situations. That's kind of what you have to do. As now a foul is called. See, when a crowd like this is so intimate, when there's chairs that are almost hugging the white line, there's less room for banter with the officials in the neon green, because in that kind of situation, then you have then you can single out the person that calls that out. Like there were some Camden Catholic people that were giving the officials a hard time, and it was hard to determine who it was because there was a collective group of people. And what are you going to do throughout the entire section? So Hayden Wiltse will line this one up. He's going to try to get a free kick right here past 4 of the Woodbury Thundering Herd defenders, and he's got it. It bounced off of the hands of Sylvester and gets in. It looks like it grazed off of the top of his hands, almost hit the crossbar, and then he's able to recover as he meets with his team. Kinda gives him a high five. Quite a high five indeed. And now it is 1-0 Audubon, unofficially about 7:20 in. Didn't take too long for Audubon to get that first goal. It took Audubon probably about double the time. Last time around Woodbury played them at the Green Wave turf for there to be such a first goal. But Hayden and Tyler combined have more goals than any other person on the team does by like double or something like that, or at least 150%. I mean, Tyler himself has done an amazing job this year with 12 goals. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this year he at least gets some Colonial Conference honor, whether it's first team or second team. And now a whistle is blown, much to the dismay of a Audubon player. I believe that was Blaze who had kind of grunted in disappointment there. This one is thrown in off the right shoulder of Heron and then brought back in on a little bit of a sweep there by Kasich, and that one is out of play. Beautiful day here on Columbus Day here in Audubon, in Woodbury. 70 degrees, wind blowing to the west at 9 miles per hour. And very low humidity. It's kind of what you want in this mid-October sort of spectacle. It's off the head of Kasich. That one will also be out of play. This one will be a throw by Terry. Trent was trying to alert his team that, it was going to go up to the box. Tyler tried getting up to it. And it was out of play. Terry told Blaze that he's got it, so he's going to go after this one. Look at that beautiful view out there. See also there one of the hospitals. There's a big parking garage. It's a little out of view. One's thrown in. And that one just missed by maybe a couple of inches over Kina's head. So this will be kicked to the left of the goalpost by Austin Sylvester. Baker Alston's trying to lead his guys and tell them where to go. That one's over the head, or rather off of the head of Charlie Floyd. Up in the air by Heron, and this one's headed over towards John DeMarco and Franton's down the sideline. Over towards the Woodbury folks over there.
Come on, get through time.
That one kind of gets met up in the air by two unmoving fronts and kind of tried to get a shot going there, but it does not work after a little bit of a scuffle there with Giovanni Ariza. This one will be thrown in by Baker Alston. He started, then stopped. He waits for his team to get into position. It's almost like a quarterback trying to, call an audible last second. Like, Davion Baker Alston seems to be a very suitable leader for this team. I mean, I don't know much about him other than the fact he's very good at soccer, but he's kind of like our Trent Bannell or Tony Giordano, where he's very vocal, and he's going to tell his team where to go. He'll comment whether, he thinks that what somebody else is doing is good or not. He's a vocal guy. Like you saw on that throw-in, he was adjusting his players like he would, like a football player would do in a play call, in a play formation. So, huge props to him for having that kind of leadership ability. Up in the air. This one will come down just past midfield. Blaise LaFrance says this one. He's going to line this one over towards Sylvester. And that one will be stopped before anything gets too haywire. 1-0 Audubon here, about 12:25 unofficially. That one goes over the head of Kasich, now comes back down, and Floyd is going to send this one over to JJ. See, it's hard to tell on the other side of the field whether a ball is in or out or not, because, it's how human perspective works, but it's going to be thrown in by Floyd, and a whistle's blown. Oh! And this is where, as a head coach, you get frustrated over your own players, because Woodbury threw it in very quickly, and then the referee said no, and two of their guys put their hands up in the air, saying that's malarkey, but I'm sure they said some other things too, but yeah, even DeMarco told his guys that, hey, that's what he called, nothing you can do about it, kind of playing devil's advocate. Saying, yeah, maybe I don't agree with the call, but I'm not going to have one of my guys get carded over it. That one is out towards the Woodbury sideline. thrown in by Kasich. Tyler Wiltie's leading the way, and that one is over the goalpost by about a foot. And now Woodbury's man will go to get that one. There's number 20, Jaden Early, who's doing the ball handling for Woodbury. I think there might be one more Woodbury reserve guy who's doing that. But yeah, some of the seniors coming back this afternoon. As Hayden Wiltsey takes this one from the corner, trying to get a spin on it, and he doesn't get it, but Tyler takes it home. Brother-to-brother combo makes it 2-zip. So Hayden Wiltsey got the first goal outright, and then Hayden Wiltsey's corner gives Tyler Wiltsey his 13th goal of the 2022 season, with the man who had more goals than him in attendance tonight, the only man that had more goals than him in attendance this afternoon, Connor Bellata. I mean, last year's soccer streams were a lot different than what we have now. So many changes, 9 seniors, the camera changed, everything that was involved with our broadcast was basically, edited or modified in some way. We got an actual scoreboard with something that, didn't look like it was out of the 8-bit era. There you go. Yeah, some seniors from last year who attended Gwynedd Mercy University did not have school today because of Columbus Day. In the state of New Jersey, they took away Columbus Day being a statewide holiday, so some places are still open on the day, but Audubon High School, Audubon APSD, decided to change that and put it in... Oh, shoot. Forgot about that. Got to plug in my laptop, so... that would help. I was forgetting something, but I know something that they did not forget, to put up another goal on the board. Make that 3-0. So I'm not sure who got that in. It was just a very slow-rolling ball that was able to get it in. 3-0, 16:03. They've already scored as many goals as they did in about 90 minutes of overtime on opening day. Also, fans, if you're experiencing any stream issues, this stream is also being recorded for a tape delay, potentially, if there's any outstanding issues with today's broadcast. We thank you for your understanding as we are going through some maintenance stuffs that have been affecting us in the last couple of games since last Monday versus Camden Catholic. So while we figure that out, we appreciate your understanding and continued support of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Always trying to get it right, Woodbury, the closest that they've gotten to Trent Bannell today. They're still in their own corner, and that one is out of play. But like I was saying, APSD decided instead of having school on Columbus Day, they followed what a lot of the districts did and just held a teacher in-service day to not have too much of a disruption and still have what basically was a Columbus Day holiday, turn it into an in-service instead for the staff and faculty. So it'll be thrown in from the corner by Rivera. Up in the air, Terry's going to try to bring this one down, and it's not really going to go anywhere. Going to go out to Curley and Morrison. And it did the same thing. He tried to deflect it off of his foot. And went back down. Trent Bannell obviously being very vocal, telling his guys, keeper, keeper. Up in the air. Going back down with it. I will fix that. I had the goals put on the wrong side. My apologies. I don't look at the laptop screen when I put up the goals. I just press the plus button. So thank you to Mr. Heron's wife for pointing that out. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you just have days like that. But yeah, I know that some of the tech issues that are going on since Monday have hindered it a little bit, but maybe more than a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. Kina's got open room. He's going to pass it over and tried to get it to Pat Gallagher, but it is out of play, and Sylvester saves it to his right.
The audio is not lagging.
Yeah, the audio is fine, which is what I try to rely on, which is why I try to give better audible descriptions of the game. Tony's coming in hard with a full head of steam, getting it past number 10. What you may hear is a in-progress marching band slash flag people, flag twirlers practice.
Marching band.
That's what I said. I said marching band.
Okay.
Slash, like, you know, the color flags. Colored flags.
Color guard.
Look at that. Davion Baker Alston really coming in there with a lot of purpose to that, and that one goes out towards the Woodbury head coach in the yellow on the right side of your screen, John DeMarco. Well, then otherwise, then it's not. If it's not work, if the recording, what I was saying earlier is that if the recording, if the stream doesn't work well, then the recording backs it up.
One off the double play. No. Nice ball. Anderson, Charlie. Anderson.
Maybe some displeasure. It will be thrown in by Woodbury for the error. He'll try to come back and bring back his own kick, but he does not play.
Anderson. No, wait. Yeah, we ran into practice. Eddie, higher. Steph, line. Higher.
And that's again showing the leadership that Baker Alston has. He's almost like a player coach out there. He's telling his team where to go. He's saying, we did this in practice.